Hey guys, Tech here, and welcome to Star Wars Battlefront, the first of many videos that will be coming on my channel for this game, including gameplay, squad gameplay, guides, tips and tricks, all kinds of different things. So if you guys like Battlefront footage, you like this style of gameplay, definitely click the subscribe button, and if you like this video, make sure to hit that like button as well. But without any kind of promotion, let's go ahead and talk about what we're going to discuss today. So first and foremost, I want to talk about the things that I really like about the game, and then I'm going to talk about things that I don't so much like in its current state. And I want to stress that because things are subject to change. Yes, the game is very close to coming out, but the cool thing is that there's a lot of easy improvements that can make the game way better. And so if you guys don't know, it's currently an open beta. Anybody can hop on Origin, load the game up, and play for free if your computer meets the minimum requirements. And I do have to say, those are actually pretty high, the minimum requirements, because this game requires quite a bit, but this game is amazing. The graphics quality alone, phenomenal. Hands down the best I've ever seen in any single game, and I think a ton of people can agree with me on that. I had my render scale up to 200%. The game looked phenomenal, and from what I understand, that's not even like ultra. Like it's locked in at a specific resolution scale or something. I'm not entirely sure, but essentially I think it's going to get even better, and in the current state of things, this game is just absolutely beautiful. And I'm sure that this video quality does not do it justice, so I would just hop into the game if you can and give it a shot. Now, so what are some things that I really like about the game? Well, first off, it's Star Wars. It's freaking Star Wars. It's amazing. And the foremost thing that made me feel immersed in the action is, you know, just the general gameplay itself, but also seeing the hero gameplay. When you're on the battlefield and you see the heroes going at each other, clashing together, that's, I think they call it clashing, it really makes you stop and just stare. I mean, I found myself just standing in the open looking at these heroes duking it out, because it was like it just made me feel like, yeah, you know, sense of good and evil, like, you know, go rooting for whatever side you're on, obviously, but you know, it just made me feel really immersed into the action and made me like root for whatever team I was. I think I was on Luke's team at the time, and so I really, when I saw this, I was like, yeah, get him, Luke, yeah, and I was shooting at Vader and stuff, and it was just awesome. And so, you know, I have really yet to get to play the hero. I picked it up, but I got killed before I could use it, and so I haven't really experienced it myself, but I'm sure when I do, I will definitely enjoy it. Also, in terms of immersion, Walker Assault is just friggin' awesome. Seeing those AT-ATs slowly, and I mean slowly, moving across the battlefield really gives you a sense of wonder, as well as a sense of doing whatever you can to either protect them or take them down. It really makes you play the objective, in my opinion. At least it does for me. When I see them, you know, if I'm trying to take them out, I'm trying to do whatever I can to make that happen, or I'm doing whatever I can to defend them if I'm playing on the other side. And it really makes me play the objective more so than I think I ever have really in any other game. Also, and I don't know if this is the same for everybody, but when you see an AT-AT coming at you, it really gave me a sense of fear, where I just tried to do whatever I could to run away as fast as possible. And when I got to pilot one, it made me feel indestructible, even though I really wasn't, and I found out the hard way that is, you can actually destroy those things very easily, whether it be with an ion grenade or just a bunch of people shooting at you. And it really made me feel like I was really in it. And I mean, it's just an amazing game, and they've done so many things well. But like I said, there's also things that I've kind of like did not enjoy so much, and we're going to talk about that. And it's mainly balancing, and we'll talk about that here in a second. Now, the gun mechanics and the general gameplay are very nice as well, but I feel like the gunplay can use a little bit more work, because I know you have to lead shots and stuff, but it seemed like a lot of like the hit detection and stuff was off, and it really, like, sometimes I was like, what the heck, I clearly won that engagement, how did this guy beat me? And it just seems like, you know, I don't know if the server's overloaded or if it's just hit detection. I think it's the engine. I think it's just a thing that has been happening for a long time and people are used to it by now, but it's just a matter of like trying to figure out how to compensate and how to correct those issues, and how to do what I can to make sure that I actually land more of my shots. Now, if you switch into first-person view, however, you definitely get a sense of how powerful your weapons can be. You know, you get the scopes and you get to see them up close, and it's just really cool. And so if you haven't done that yet, if you haven't tried first-person, do it, because it changes the gameplay dramatically. Now, you don't have to stay in it, obviously, and obviously third-person mode has great advantages over first-person mode, but in terms of immersion, but you just have to try it because it's really cool. And so that's, I mean, the gun gameplay in that sense is really, really awesome. Now, what are some things that I didn't like? Well, let's first start with Walker Assault, because it is so unbalanced, man. The Rebel side has like very little chance. If you don't work together as a team, you don't have experienced players, it is really hard to do anything, especially if you have somebody on the other team who's like amazing, the AT-AT, or they're a good pilot, or they're just like good in a turret, which I don't understand. Maybe my sensitivity is too high, and I don't know how to turn it down, but the turrets just seem crazy. It's sensitive. It's insane. And so I don't know if anybody else has that kind of had that issue as well, but I mean, it was just nuts trying to use those things. And so, you know, it is very unbalanced in my opinion, where, you know, the Imperials just seem like they can just easily win the match and easily assault and easily push them back. And you know, they got so many things that they can use to their advantage, that, you know, whether it be the AT-AT gunner, which just does tons of damage and get tons of kills. I watched like Sacriel climb the boards in a matter of seconds because he just got like 20 kills like it was nothing. Or somebody hopping into an AT-ST and just doing tons of damage. And, you know, it just didn't seem very balanced. And I don't know, you know, and that goes into spawns as well. The spawn mechanics on that map are so messed up, in my opinion, and I think a lot of people have agreed with that. And these are all things that can easily be tweaked, whether it be like, you know, adding caves underneath the ground for the rebels to go through to get to a different location without being killed immediately or something like that, or just changing in the spawn up. So, you know, a spawn detection. So if there's like obviously an AT-ST right next to the spawn, you're not going to have somebody spawn there. Now, also, in terms of the flight, it's really weird, and I don't know, maybe I got to turn motion blur completely off or something, but I think it's too close. It needs to be pulled back a little bit, and I know you can pull back some when you speed up or when you slow down. Well, not when you slow down, you actually get even closer when you slow down, but it's just really hard to play, and some people are amazing, but it's just very difficult. And I've got a couple kills and stuff, and it was a lot of fun. But it's either going to take me a lot of practice to get used to them, or they're going to have to change that, because I don't know how many people are going to want to hop into those. In terms of experience gain too, you know, it seems like you gain a lot more on the Imperial side. You have an easier time to gain experience and gain credits, and so, you know, that's another thing I think needs to be worked out. And in terms of gaining credits, Drop Zone is actually really cool, because I feel like once you've unlocked certain things, it's very easy to gain a very average amount of credits playing that mode, and it's a lot of fun too. The only thing that I found with Drop Zone is that the spawns are the same kind of way. The spawn detection mechanic of where you spawn enemy players, you know, sometimes they spawn right next to you, or you spawn in right next to them, and it just seems like that needs a little work too. But that's, I mean, it's a pretty fun, even for like such a small map, it's a pretty fun mode trying to defend those pods. You can go on some really awesome kill streaks on that map too, and I think it'll be even better when I finally get Jetpack. Now, this is not even, these are just 2 modes that are currently in the beta, and they have a lot more that will be coming that should add a lot different gameplay, and so you don't have to just play those modes, but you can play all kinds of different things, and it's just gonna be an awesome game when it's finally released. Now, if you guys don't know, I'm not entirely sure what all these modes are going to be. I think they released information about them, and I have to look it up, but I think Supremacy is like a King of the Hill type of thing, and then you have Cargo, Blast, Fighter Squadron, which is all air, which is going to be amazing, and that's going to actually be able to improve your gameplay quite a bit if you are just like you. That's all I want to do is a Fighter Squadron type of thing or something like that, and Droid Run as well. And so there's a lot of cool modes that are going to be coming into the game when it's finally live, and, you know, it's hard telling what those modes are going to be like and which one I'm going to wind up enjoying, because currently I feel like I like Walker Assault for the Imperial side, but I feel like I like Drop Zone more just in general because it's a more even type of gameplay. Now, I do want to note that I didn't get a chance to play the game all that much. I mean, on the day that the beta came out, I spent about 9 hours sitting at my chair trying to figure out what the heck the issue was that was causing me to crash. I tried uninstalling Origin and reinstalling the game and doing all these different things, and I finally figured it out. And so I didn't get a chance to play all that much before I wanted to make this video and spend some time with my wife, but I plan on playing a lot more through the beta, and then also obviously when the game comes out. But I do want to say that the gameplay, when you first start out, it's pretty difficult, especially with people with better stuff. However, you advance fairly quickly, and I don't know if it's going to stay the same or they're going to add more ranks and spread out some of these weapons and add more in or whatever, but it definitely makes a huge difference when you get something that's a better damage weapon, such as, I think it's the E11, which is, I think that's what it's called, and then obviously the top tier 5 one is the best. It just does a ton of damage, but it makes a huge difference when you get something that can do a lot more damage or with a higher rate of fire if you're playing on drop zone, so the progression seems really awesome. I really like the progression system. I like the different weaponry and how you advance, and getting those different unlocks and spending your credits wisely. It can really change the way that you play the game and how the battle goes. You might want to focus on taking out vehicles more so than taking out infantry or playing the objective and just focusing on those things, being more of a support role. Or you can go full on out trying to get as many kills as you can while still playing the objective. I mean, you're helping the team by eliminating the enemy threat. And so getting better weapons, getting different unlocks, it seems really nice. It seems very even and like a very good progression. And just because somebody has a better weapon doesn't mean that they're going to completely dominate, because the game isn't like one-sided in that manner, because you can easily take them out with a basic weapon. You can kill them. You can just wear them down. If you're a better shot, you can kill them. And so it seems rather fair. It's not too unbalanced in that aspect of things. It's more so the overall gameplay, the overall objectives, and how you go about trying to defend or capture those, and how the balance is there. And like I said, on Drop Zone, it seems very even because you can get all the same stuff. It's not like one team has a more like a better advantage than another. It just comes down to how you play the game. And so Drop Zone, in the sense of like people having jetpacks and stuff, can really change the battle. If you don't have that, and they do, you can easily probably get killed or wreck somebody if you have that leg up in Drop Zone. But in Walker Assault, currently, it doesn't really make that much of a difference, in my opinion, except for the people who like to glitch and get up on the mountain and snipe, which is always gets people in a rage. But you know, the game so far, my first impression of the game is really good. I really enjoyed it, and I can deal with all the balance issues and the things that I don't like, because you know, either it'll take a lot of practice or it's a simple fix on their end. And you know, they're trying to make a great game, and they're not going to just ignore those things, especially if the community is has an outcry about them. So guys, thank you so much for watching this video. I really appreciate it. If you made it to the end of the video, let me know. I'd like to hear that, obviously. And then, like I said, if you have any questions on how I fixed my problem, you can also put them in the comment section below, and I will try to answer that. And I just really appreciate you guys watching, and stay on the lookout, because I plan on releasing some guide videos and some gameplay videos and just all kinds of different stuff. So thanks for joining the channel. Thanks for checking the channel out, checking this video out, and I'll see you guys in the next episode.